Mentioned it, Craig. That torrential rain in California has left destruction in its wake. You can see some of this video there. Homes were damaged or even destroyed by flooding and fallen trees.
Yeah, it's scary. You just never know when severe weather could hit, and it doesn't matter where you live. So we want to talk about what's going on when it comes to insurance and what's covered and what's not.
Yeah, it's key to know. So David Clausen is the CEO of Coastal Insurance Solutions, and he joins us now. Hi, David. Thanks so much for joining us on this Sunday morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, so a lot of homeowners, flood insurance is a major concern if you have it or if you don't. And one key issue I think people forget is sometimes it takes 30 days for this to take effect, right?
That's right. So there's a 30-day wait for binding of new flood insurance. If you have a flood insurance policy already, that's no problem. So you can't just run out and buy flood insurance today.
Right. You can't just look at the 7-day forecast and say, hey, it's going to rain. Maybe right. I should call.
They figured that out. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. So 30 days is key. In determining if you're in a flood-prone area, do you need and are you required to have flood insurance?
So if you're in a special flood hazard area, your mortgage company will likely require that you maintain flood insurance as part of the agreement. If you're not in a special flood hazard area, it is voluntary to purchase flood insurance, and that's where we see a lot of the challenges. Our office went through Superstorm Sandy in 2012. Long Island was devastated, and a lot of the damages were outside of that special flood area. So, folks didn't have the coverage, and it was tough.
It's tough. And what about, I want to talk about California right now, getting hit by this atmospheric river as well. What would be covered for them? What's the first thing they should do if they're experiencing flooding right now?
Yeah, so the first thing you should do is protect yourself. Obviously, your family, property comes last. If you do experience flooding and everybody's safe, you want to get, any wet materials outside of the residence, protect yourself against mold. Mold is not covered. You're also going to want to get any contents, if you have contents coverage, out of the basement. You're going to want to lift those. Those are not covered in the basement. The only thing that is covered in a basement would be utilities, such as a boiler or an air conditioning unit or something to service the home.
And we're seeing with this video here just how widespread some of this flooding is for the residential areas. So it makes sense that at this moment, a lot of people filing claims, potentially some backup here in the systems. So what do you recommend? What are the first steps that people need to take when they expect to file that claim?
Yeah, so you're going to want to contact your agent for sure, or you can call the company directly if the agent is unavailable. For example, during Sandy, we had no power. So we took claims over Facebook. We used our cell phones. We charged them in cars to help our clients take claims. Sometimes that's just not possible. So you want to, if you have access to the internet, certainly try and have your policy ready. Take a look at it, read it, understand it. Flood is a single peril policy, so it only covers flood. Your homeowner's insurance will exclude flood. So you want to have that phone number certainly handy, and visit the website while you can, and get yourself familiar with getting that claim submitted in. Typically, you will see that they will take it as they come in. So if you get the claim in early, you're more likely to get contacted sooner.
Great information, David Clausen. Thanks for joining us this morning, because these storms, you just never know where it's going to have an impact and who could be impacted. So thank you for sharing your information with us here on Fox Weather.
And that's a good point. Get it in early, because a lot of people are doing the same. Right.